Hello, my name is Henry Matheson, and I'm a freshman in high school. Today, I will be answering the question of why is being deaf not universally recognized. Before I begin, I state that I am no professional on this topic and do not associate myself with any of the foundations or programs stated later in this podcast. For context, there are many deaf people and communities that are still not internationally accepted and recognized. Many societal constructs are stopping the deaf community from receiving universal awareness, leaving many deaf people to remain undervalued in their communities. To start, a major issue that is preventing deaf communities from receiving international awareness is that there is no sign language for universal use, similarly to there being no globally used spoken language. However, there have been attempts to create a universal sign language, though these languages are still not being used to their full extent. As well as there not being a universal sign language, many countries do not have a socially recognized sign language. This fact has become a major issue for deaf people in countries such as Iran, India, and China, which do not have an official, governmentally accepted sign language. This has caused there to be an issue for deaf people in these communities to find interpreters, as, in some cases, it is unlawful to use sign language. Going deeper into the discrimination of deaf people and communities, the Western Asian country of Iran, which was formerly known as Persia, still uses the Oralist method in schools and learning centers. This sad reality is not only seen in Iran, but also many countries across the globe. For those who do not know, the Oralist method is an approach to teaching deaf people to speak and lip read, a miserable experience that disconnects them from their deafness, often causing victims of this terrible approach to become depressed. Today, in 2025, the Oralist method is only seen in very few schools across the United States. However, many schools worldwide still use this approach to get deaf people to learn English or their native spoken language. In my personal opinion, I believe that the Oralist method needs to be abolished. It is a terrible approach of spreading even more hatred to those already discriminated against. In recent years, there's been a major push to create anti-deaf discrimination acts to protect the people who are deaf and hard of hearing. Some organizations, such as the World Federation of the Deaf and National Deaf Children's Society, are actively supporting deaf communities in many countries across the globe. The WFD, or World Federation of the Deaf, have created a movement called the 2030 Agenda, which, as WFD states, is a worldwide call to action recognizing that we cannot solve these critical issues facing our global society without everyone's participation. I hope that this podcast has brought you a better understanding of the negative impact of deaf discrimination, and that you, similarly to many organizations, may be inspired to do something about this terrible reality. To support the World Federation of the Deaf, head to their website at wfdeaf.org. On the top right of the homepage is a donate button where you can contribute and aid the work of WFD and ensure that human rights are protected now and for many years to come. Thank you.